Hello and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. My name is Syken and today we're continuing the adventures of Syken Stomps, the warrior on the official servers of Stitches. Just wanted to give you an update before we jump into the next episode. Today's update is going to be what has the warrior been doing, and you can see, I think the last episode we were level 53. We are by now level 56. And part of it is me just finishing the last few quests in Yunguro Crater. But then the vast majority of the XP came from my good friend Gutimar, who just got his mage back and is grinding ZG. And he offered me to just sit in and enjoy the ride, and that's exactly what we're doing. I won't show too much of ZG other than kind of the XP gain, so that you can see what happened, because I've done kind of those boostings on other characters. For me, it's not a violation of the playthrough. We're having more than enough time that we can spend on other stuff like dungeons and so on. It's just I wanted to get the character ready so that we can go into a dungeon and raid environment. And the reality is, in the 50s there is currently just nothing going on. I've been trying for Sunken Temple a couple of times and I ended up here. Number one, this looks epic, just all of the waterfalls. The scenery is actually not too bad, and then also the weather of course helps. Gudimar is currently kind of doing his rounds in order to get all of the crocs and so on and so forth. And I'll show you, we started with 68%. We're going to take a look how much a single run is going to give us. Alright, we're in the middle of the XP phase. You can see a lot of kills are coming in. Like all of these here are kills. Substantial, and from 68%, we made it all the way to 85, so one more pull and I'm level 57, which is crazy. So I just want to use that as a starter. That's how a lot of the leveling is going, but there's more. We're having a real episode, so let's jump into the content. Hello and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. My name is Syken and today we're continuing the World of Warcraft Hardcore series after I gave you the introduction to our ZG boosting. The character is now 58 and a half. I made my way to Winter Spring and we got a lot of stuff to do in Winter Spring. CG boosting is on pause for now. I soloed a quest down here for the cache of Mauari, which allows us to now collect the Winterfell echoes. And I just wanted to see how the character will hold up on level 58 by themselves. Should do one more thing before we start, because we do have 2 more items that I banked up, and then we're going to go right into the action. Today is Winter Spring, one of my absolute favorite areas, and we need to grind a lot of Fullborgs here for Winter Spring water anyways, so might as well do that as a preparation for raid. Let's go to our banker here, and you can see we got these 2 beautiful items. Number one, Gordog's Bracers of Power, which are a massive upgrade. It's 24 stats on the bracers, and then Darwick pens, which again are fantastic pens, both level 58, so can't complain. That kind of is all of the items that I currently have prepped for the character. We do have a new shield as well, Barrier Shield, which is a Diamond Tribute Shield. It's not the greatest, but it will serve as well once we're going into actual dungeon tanking. I am thinking about going deep prot and tanking a few dungeons once we're level 60, but we are not there yet, so let's get going. Our first quest is Are We There Yet Yeti, where we need to collect Yeti first. So let's see how well we're doing against kind of even level Yetis. So this hopefully kind of a good showcase how still the Thresh Blade is very, very viable until late in the game. All of these guys, we don't need the matriarchs for the quest, but as a warrior it really doesn't matter, might as well kill it all. So with all of that, we're now at 5,200 hit points. That's not too bad. Granted, we are world buffed and also got other buffs. But yeah, these are even level mobs and we are just going through them. We need the normal Yetis, not the matriarchs or patriarchs. But that's okay, we're just going into the Yeti cave and we should be fine. This poor priest is Holy Spect. Gosh, what's a hard leveling experience as a Holy Spect priest. Good, we're going to fight against these little ice crystal Yetis. And you can see, thanks to our buffs, like this is going to be a nice little grind. We need overall 10 Yeti furs. And unfortunately they are not even dropping all the time. But I think this should allow us to collect EKOs, so echoes, even if we haven't equipped it. The mere fact it's like the lantern here, the Cenarian beacon. We should also be getting echoes. We're going to see in a sec. So with the upgraded gear, we're also clocking in at 3,800 armor. Well, it's not too bad. That's kind of 40% damage reduction without shield. And you can see it's a reasonably fast kill speed. Kind of 20 seconds-ish. Plus we're not really taking any damage ourselves. And that's the most important part with warrior leveling. Not to take damage. Because then you can just take 0 breaks and continue on and on and on. I did a bit of Fellwood by myself. Haven't streamed or recorded that. We are at 34 plant salves. We need those for cleansing songflowers, etc. So that's just preparation for raid as well. We got our blasted land buffs for lung juice cocktails, so that should be fine. The only thing that we haven't gotten yet are jujus, which we will need to parse a little bit more. inside here we have quite a few matriarchs and patriarchs. I don't think that that will be helpful for us. We actually need to kill the Yetis outside. Alright, calling it here. And we're going to go for the Yetis outside instead. I'll fast forward so that you don't need to see the next 100 kills-ish. Good, we are finally done. It was a lot of kills, I haven't really counted, but it might have been around 40-ish kills. Luckily, the warriors just, when they are buffed, they are really cracked up. And yeah, today is one of those days where the warriors really cracked up. Might as well use Ursius as the next quest here, as long as we do have buffs. Level 56 elite. He's hitting hard, so we gotta be a bit careful with him. But I think we are fine. We got target dummies and so on, so things are okay. And then there's a follow-up quest for Are We There Yet? Yeti, basically for the pristine horns, which are typically from the matriarchs and patriarchs that we needed to kill as well. I'll leave the Winterfall Den Watcher and so on thing for now, mainly because there are green quests, and as always, whenever you do have a green quest available, might as well do that. So we're on our way for Ursius, who should be up here. However, in the meantime, might as well slay a couple of these owl beasts that we need as well. There are more of these guys, I think, down there. Trying to get rid of that Ursius overlay. He's typically up here. But he can take any of the other spawns, as you can see. This here is the most frequent, the one up here though. Not the case this time. There are two follow-ups for Ursius. One is a Chimera and one is a pretty nasty cat up here. And you already see there is a bit of a red death zone right up here. Shira or Shika or whatever the name is called. And this guy slaps. It's actually a fight against two elites they fear, and then there are plenty of other mobs around them that are invisible. Good. That's a bit strange. I could have sworn Ursius is typically up there, and if not, he's down here. But apparently I'm wrong. We can do the Raging Owl Beast in the meantime. I would like to find the guy in the next 17 minutes whilst I still have rend buff. That will make our encounter way, way, way simpler. Getting the owl beasts down. They do have giant eggs, perfect. Alright, still no Ursius. We have a couple of wild owl beasts though. If I wouldn't have already killed enough of those Yetis, these would be perfect kills for the original Yeti quest, but we already are through that. Time to find Ursus. The Owl Beast quest is an interesting one because it always gets you back to Fellwood. That's why I want to finish it as well, because the idea is once this is done, it gives me a good reason to go to Fellwood, get a Songflower, which could substitute for Warchief's Blessing once we do not have the Warchief's Blessing anymore. Because CG plus Songflower is an absolute disgusting amount of buffs. Same with Warchief's Blessing. Like double world buff, you can already notice. It, even with equipment that I'm having, it starts feeling much stronger. This guy might be a bot, not sure. 55 is a bit early for Winter Spring. But I also found myself in situations where I just didn't have any quests left and then ended up here and somehow tried to just get on with the quests. Not the problem with our warrior. We haven't even touched the Plague Lens, neither Eastern nor Western. Where is Ursius? Come on. I found so many raging owl beasts, which is nice, don't get me wrong. Appreciate finding them. But I would appreciate it even more if we would find that stupid bear. Good, we're 13 out of 15, almost done with owl beasts. And we do have a unit tracker, so it should immediately show Eurasius. Where's that stupid bear? Alright, fast forward for you guys. Alright, took a while to find him. He got stuck a little bit behind here, but I think we can give it a go. One more stat food. Come on. Screw the stat food, but we're using sharpened blades and we should be good. Let's go. Alright, the thing has a lot of hit points. Hamstring kiting it. Short stun with nice little intercept. Hamstring fell off, which is unfortunate.
I'm out of range.
Just trying to not get another one involved. Move a tiny bit away. And popping cooldowns, popping a potion, and we're done. Ursi is dead. Let's see, did that count? Yep, it did. Still had a couple more cooldowns, but that's okay. I mean, potions are expensive. I was trying to be a little bit cheap on them. Could have likely done a better job in still kiting him, but that was okay. He's not supposed to be solo killed, and warrior is likely one of the worst classes in order to attempt fighting him. And I didn't want to kind of do a long strat where I'm using my bow, mind you, with a non-leveled skill, to then slowly but surely whittle him down. That could have worked as well. Now we killed him fair and square. Used the 30-minute cooldown, which is no problemo. Few bandages, which is no problemo, and one potion. Granted, that sucks a little bit, but it is what it is. Alright, given that rent is almost gone, I have to wonder. We still need wrecked owl beasts, so we can't fly back yet. That's the follow-up quest for the next elite. We're likely not going to do that one solo. We could, but I don't think it's a smart idea. And not very surprising, we're, as always, the only person doing anything here. Time for us to get a few more wrecked owl beasts. That's 15 of them, and then I would love to get a buff from Fellwood and start grinding winterfall, fur box, because these guys drop firewater, and that's the whole reason why I originally came here. Sure, those echoes are nice, but the winter water is where it's at. It's unfortunately a 15-minute buff, so that stuff's super expensive. No one loves to farm it, but warriors are here all the time because it is such a great additional source of damage. Yeah, warrior is just one of those classes where you just can't play it cheap. It is not possible. If you want to play that character class, you gotta invest into equipment and into consumables. And if all of that is given, then you're going to be very, very successful. I mean, just look at how quick I'm killing. I'm basically just going through the landscape, killing most of the stuff here with ease. Now rent has dropped, and that should result in a noticeable reduction of crit. Definitely a noticeable reduction in hit points. Yeah, you can see it takes longer. Good. Let me clear out the wrecked owl beasts as much as I can. We're going to fast forward that for you, and then I think the best course of action is trade into just riding through, really. I don't know, maybe trade into flying over. Or you could also ride. Anyways, trade in over here, getting Songflower. There might even be a couple of cleansed Songflowers, and then afterwards we can start grinding the Winterfalls, the Fullborgs. Alright, fast forward. Alrighty, so traded in, got myself a Songflower Serenade, and we are ready to kill all of these little Fullborgs. You see even level, but since we're double world buffed, that really doesn't matter too much. Our bloodthirst hits so hard. And whenever I'm saying that, of course I'm getting the one mob where we're not continuously critting. Yeah, that's more like it. That was a 11 seconds kill. Charge wasn't even back up. So yeah, the idea now is to stay here for a little bit. Not super long, but maybe for the hour to A, farm rep, but B, since we got the whole place for ourselves, might as well farm winter water, because that we will need for raid, and unfortunately there's no other way. I don't have deep pockets to sponsor consumes in that order of magnitude. Just look at that. These guys are melting. It's absolutely beautiful. So, what else would we need to do? I mean, there are still a couple of quests left over. So it's a bit of a trade-off between you wanting to quest or us also wanting to get ecos as well as winter waters. The fact of the matter is, I need to prioritize what is needed in raid later, and XP is going to come automatically one way or the other, but the consumes, those I will actually need. I will need to hard farm them. There is no way around it. And look at that, we've killed like what, 20 enemies maybe? Not a single one has dropped any consume yet. We got a bit of food, yes, but not much more. I will accept that quest because otherwise it'll take way, it will drop way too often. But yeah, I mean, 0 winter water. I think that they have like a 10% drop chance, and I can say we have now killed 16 of the enemies and 0 drops. Well, it is what it is. Let me grind a little bit and fast forward for you guys. Since we cleared out the entire camp a little bit faster than I thought we would, also toying with the idea if we really maybe want to go for the camp back here. They are higher level mobs, so they wouldn't die as fast.
Great to meet you. Off with you. Watch your back. Be good.
Definitely doing a quick trade in here. That is 18 versus 14, so good new cloak. And let's get that other camp going. I know that we could kill a couple more of these guys. If we get to friendly, there are 2 more quests that we can trade in. The totems that drop. So that would be a little incentive. Also getting these guys to exalted. For those people who have way too much time at their hand. Gives a nice 100% mount, a tiger. Alright, we're going to continue killing, fast forward for you. Alright, so we farmed a little bit, 30 minutes in. We got 3 winterfall firewater. This is going to be so bad. Got a couple of echoes, which is good. So that we can trade in for jujus, and we do have a few quests that we can also trade in. I'm mainly doing that in order to progress the quests.
Keep your feet on the ground. Off with you. Keep your feet on the ground. Be good. Watch your back. Aye.
Very good. So moon touched owl beasts down here and up there. Okay, so that is that's basically the quest from Feralis. Then we do have a quest line that gets us back over here. That it has a nasty 5 pull in it. I don't want to do that right now. And then we basically come back. We still got Winterfall activity, where we might go, or is a real option. But I think we're faster in our current quest. More rage. That would potentially be good for leveling. Why not? I need to respec after this level anyways, so level 59. And I think that's a good kind of end of today's episode. Together with the intro, we're kind of 40-ish minutes in. That's fine. I'm just going to continue grinding here for a bit longer. Trying to get raid consumables and prep correctly. And then hopefully once we're reaching level 60 we can do a couple of dungeons, because that would indeed be super helpful for the character. Just gearing the warrior and getting a couple of much needed items. I've already set up a strategy for that. I want to do LBRS to start the Onyx attunement. We need at least one full BRD run to get Molten Core attunement. Then we're going to do one UBRS after the LBRS, that is. We can go multiple times into UBRS, but at least one in order to do Blackwing Lair attunement, as well as continuing the Onyxia quest line. And then it's a lot of Strat Undead, where we're basically trying to get the hit helmet from Baron, as well as at least one full run in Scholomance, where I can get the entire quest done in one go, so that I could get Mira's Song, which is a nice little sword that we could get from there. So that's the idea so far. I think that's a solid plan, but that needs to be set in action. So let's see how the rest of the grinding goes. Thanks a lot for watching. For today we're done, and see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.